The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. By DirecTV. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV. And by Major League Baseball's MasterCard, the preferred card of MLB. We get ready for baseball. This crowd is ready. They are revved up, hoping that the season does not come to an end here tonight for the Texas Rangers. A little cooler here tonight, 70 degrees, but a pleasant night nonetheless. Take a look at the lineup for the Giants, brought to you by Taco Bell.
Jungo.
Freddie Sanchez, second base. Buster Posey, catcher.
Cody Ross. My favorite player growing up was Nolan Ryan.
Juan Uribe. I like Young. I like it. Ricky Henderson.
My name is Aubrey Huff. My favorite teams are Texas Rangers growing up, and my favorite player was Nolan Ryan.
Pat Burrell. When I was a kid, I was a huge San Francisco Giants fan.
Edgar Renteria. Aaron Rowan, center field.
Well, there you go, and here he is. That lineup brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun, and here is Cliff Lee, and that's what he's done this postseason. He had not lost the last two postseasons, Tim, until Game 1 of this World Series.
In fact, he pitched games 1 and 5 last year against the Philadelphia Phillies, won both games. So forget the radar gun. He has to locate inside corner, outside corner. First pitch fastball. The Giants will see a lot of those tonight. And if Cliff Lee is on, he will break a lot of bats.
Our opening pitch is sponsored by Budweiser, official beer of the thirst inning, the beer that starts with a full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Here is Andres Torres, who is just red hot. He's playing right field tonight. Hitting .429 over his last 7 postseason games. Off we go. Ball 1. Home plate umpire tonight is Jeff Kellogg. It's been a study in contrast with the strike zone the first 2 games here in Arlington. Last night tighter with Mike Winters, and the night before with Bill Miller. Here are the numbers from Game 1 of this World Series. Strike 1 on Torres. Jeff Kellogg is joined by Gary Darling. He's at first. John Hirschbeck is the crew chief. He's at second. Sam Holbrook at third. And it's Bill Miller down the left field line, and Mike Winters is in right. Here's a 1-1. Strike 2. Cliff Lee has to pitch tonight like he did in Game 1 of the World Series last year. At Yankee Stadium. 9 innings. No earned run, 6 hits, and he starts with a strikeout. Andres Torres goes down swinging.
After 3 fastballs, Molina sits away, and the curveball swing and a miss to Torres. You can see the curveball grip, the curveball spin, the curveball strikeout.
So with 1 down, the batter will be Freddie Sanchez. We talked a lot about his defense here last night. And how he was all over the place in the bottom of the 4th. In the ball game, he didn't get any hits. But Bruce Bochy, his manager, said that's as good as we've seen him in a half inning defensively since we got him last year. Ball 1 high. Here is a 1-0 to Sanchez. Popped up, back, and out of play. You talk about that Game 1 last year at Yankee Stadium. I mean, he made it look easy. Struck out 10. And it was a 6-1 victory. He made that play behind his back. Caught a pop-up like he was playing softball in the park. And he fools Sanchez here for strike 2.
When you make it look easy and it's not, you know you've got something. Good changeup from Lee.
There's one shattered bat. Andrews in the hole. Good arm. 2 out. 2 batters, 1 bat. Broken. David Murphy is in left field tonight. With Hamilton in center, Nelson Cruz is in right. Around the infield, Young, Andrus Kinsler, Mitch Moreland, and the catcher is Bengie Molina. And then in Game 5 for Cliff Lee, 1 year ago tomorrow, in the same situation for his Philadelphia Phillies at home, Cliff Lee was good enough. 7+ innings in an 8-6 win. Here's a line drive base hit into right. Off the bat of Buster Posey, and the top of the first inning is alive for the Giants. It'll bring in Cody Ross.
You can see the Giants' strategy. There's no waiting around, and there's no sense to wait around. Cliff Lee too tough, and he's not going to walk anybody. He's struck out 75 and walked 8 in his 9th postseason appearance.
As we just showed you, this game is being presented in widescreen tonight. High definition here on Fox. 1 on, 2 out. Cody Ross pops it up. Elvis Andrus, good start for Cliff Lee. A hit, a man left. Rangers coming to bat, facing elimination, no score. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Bank of America, the official bank of Major League Baseball. By the 2011 Ram 1500, the new overall champion in the trunk of Texas. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Taco Bell starting lineup to face Tim Lincecum. Taco Bell think outside the bun. Here are the Rangers.
Elvis Andrus. Growing up, my favorite team was the Cleveland Indians.
Michael Young, my nickname is Slick.
Josh Hamilton, my favorite player as a kid. Tony Gwynn, Paul O'Neill, and Cal Ripken Jr.
Nelson Cruz, my nickname is Nelly.
Ian Kinsler, my nickname is Kins, or Wash likes to call me Bootsy.
David Murphy, my favorite player as a kid was Ken Griffey Jr.
Bengie Molina, catcher.
Mitch Moreland, my favorite team growing up was Atlanta Braves.
Bengie Molina told you his favorite players. At least right now, probably be his 2 brothers. The other catching Molinas. And here is Tim Lincecum, who this postseason is making his 6th appearance, his 5th start. Here's Elvis Andrus trying to figure something out for this Rangers offense.
If the game is any indication to his warming up, Tim Lincecum will throw harder tonight than he did in San Francisco. I mean, he was blowing warming up.
First one 92, and it's high. See if he can control that velocity here early. Andrus, Michael Young, Josh Hamilton. Lincecum knocks it down, makes a good play. 1 out.
Scouting report, Tim Lincecum, like a lot of good pitchers, gets ahead with strikes, and he gets them out with balls out of the strike zone. He's got the best changeup in the game, and that changeup is helped by that violent delivery. Great torque and turn in his windup.
Squeezes everything he can out of a 5'11", 163-pound body. Michael Young takes a strike. Young so far against right-handed pitching this postseason is 7 for 40. So he has struggled against right-handers. He has dominated lefties. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is a Texas Rangers team that led baseball with a .276 team average, hitting just .211 during the World Series. Ball 2. That's strike 2. 2-2. Saw the numbers from game 1. He went 5 2/3, 4 runs on 8 hits. Part of the 4-man homegrown rotation the Giants have featured this postseason. That's high. And a full count. The 1 through 4 spots last night shut down by Bumgarner. And then Brian Wilson, a combined 1 for 14. There's Madison. Fly ball into right. Sends the right fielder Torres back for out number 2. Here is who Tim Lincecum has defeated this postseason. A new song made for Tim Lincecum, called "Here Comes the Freak" by the San Francisco-based band The Freaky Freaks. For more information and to download the song, go to herecomes.thefreak.com. Here's Josh Hamilton. Took the ball, now another 2-0.
The group is called The Freaky Freaks.
That's right.
Gotta love it.
2 out, nobody on, 2 balls, no strikes, no score in the first. 2-1. Tim Lincecum, and hasn't all been perfect this year. Really struggled during the month of August when he was 0-5 and an ERA over 7.5. Good pitch in on the hands of Hamilton. 2 balls, 2 strikes. But since then, Lincecum has gone 8-2. But since September 1st, it's now November 1st, and a ground ball to first. Here's some more from the Freaky Freaks. No score after 1, game 5.
Hear him.
There's something so strange about the look in his eye.
For the Giants in the second with no score, it'll be Uribe, Huff, and Pat Burrell. Juan Uribe takes the ball low. The next 5 guys in the lineup for the San Francisco Giants are pending free agents. Uribe, strike 1. Uribe has made his mark this postseason, yet he has only 6 hits, 9 RBIs, with a batting average of 140. On deck is the guy who led this team in home runs. In RBIs, Aubrey Huff went deep last night. That's foul, strike 2.
Larry Baer, the Giants president, told us that they will make every effort to sign Aubrey Huff. The others he would not comment on.
Here's a 1-2. Just got a piece. Uribe had 24 home runs during the regular season. He has 2 this postseason, 1 this World Series. A big one in Game 6 of the NLCS in the clincher, game-winning RBI. Time called. Cliff Lee is making his first home start this postseason. Uribe flips it foul.
That's right. Cliff started against Tampa Bay, games 1 and 5 in Tampa Bay, won both those games. Started against the Yankees in game 3.
Uribe in a good battle. Trying to get on to start this second. Traded to the Texas Rangers on July the 9th. Rangers were 5.5 up. Ended up winning the AL West by 9 games over Oakland. A 1-2, 2-2. And it's for a game like this, a start like this, on a stage like this. Texas Rangers traded 4 young players, including Justin Smoke, to get him. He is a free agent to be. 1 away. Strikeout number 2. Chevrolet and baseball have teamed up to give fans a chance to win an all-new 2011 Chevrolet Cruze. Just register at worldseries.com/cruise for your shot at the big prize. With 1 down after the second strikeout of the night for Cliff Lee, the batter will be Aubrey Huff, who had the biggest swing of the bat here last night. Strike 1. That is the first called strike Cliff Lee has received here in the opening 2 innings. The 0-1. Kinsler. 2 out. And the batter will be Pat Burrell. So Tim, here's Pat Burrell. He's 0 for 9 in this World Series with 8 strikeouts. In the postseason, he has 38 at-bats. He struck out in exactly half of them, 19. And now you're facing a guy in Cliff Lee who has 5 postseason games pitched with 10 or more strikeouts.
Hope you get a low fastball, something down and in. That's his power slide.
It's out of the strike zone, ball 1. 5 postseason games pitched with 10 or more strikeouts. Ties for the most all time for Cliff Lee. Tying the mark put out there by Bob Gibson. And Randy Johnson after him. 1-0. 2-0. Pat Burrell popped 18 home runs after he was picked up by the Giants, the team he grew up rooting for. Went to high school in San Jose. Started this season as the DH for the Tampa Bay Rays. That's ball 3.
Yeah, the Giants tried to sign Nick Johnson, then Adam LaRoche as their first baseman. Unsuccessful with both. Burrell may be hitting here.
He is, and he pops it foul, backing out of play. Why not try and get him a pitch to drive? And Bruce Bochy turned him loose. And we were talking before the game. Bruce Bochy is kind of the secret MVP, not just of this series, but maybe the postseason for the Giants.
MGM.
Here's a 3-1. Line drive into left. Sends Murphy back. Inning over. How about a little flavor of Texas as we go to break? Line dancing at Billy Bob's. If you look real close, you will see Tim McCarver. No score. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Perfect first inning for Tim Lincecum. Got 2 groundouts, a fly ball to right. Here in the second, he'll deal with Vladimir Guerrero, Nelson Cruz, and then Ian Kinsler. He jams Guerrero, who flips it into right for Torres. 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out, and down to Ken Rosenthal, who has a report on a couple of special fans for the Rangers.
Yes, Joe, 2 nuns actually. Sister Maggie Hessian and Sister Frances Evans. They have been season ticket holders for the Rangers ever since 1972 when the franchise arrived in Texas. They get special treatment here, their own parking space number 1, a little bit of an escort into the game. I talked with Sister Frances before the game and I said, hey, good luck tonight, keep the faith. She looked me straight in the eye and said, pray.
Thank you, Ken. And Nelson Cruz grounds to second. 2 pitches, 2 out.
That drum not quite as loud as the one in Cleveland.
No. And so now with 2 out, nobody on, seeing a Texas Rangers club that obviously their scouting report and their approach tonight is to go up there swinging like we've seen the San Francisco Giants do with Cliff Lee on the mound. 2 pitches, 2 outs, and here's Kinsler, who's 3 for 14, does not have an RBI in this World Series. He had 9 RBIs through the first 2 rounds of the playoffs. 342 in the division series and LCS combined. as he takes a strike, hitting only .214 in the World Series. That was a free pitch from Lincecum. That's a little high. 1 ball, 1 strike. With 2 out, nobody on, Kinsler, strike 2. And this crowd has to be wondering what's happened to the Rangers offense. A big piece of it is how good the San Francisco pitching has been.
Rangers shut out twice in 4 games.
The 1-2. Little jam shot to third. Uribe has to hurry. Good play. And the inning is over. Perfect through 2 is Lincecum. Lee back to work. No score. Major League Baseball is proud to support Stand Up to Cancer. Visit standuptocancer.org to learn more about how you can help us in the fight against cancer. First up is Edgar Renteria, another free agent to be, then Aaron Rowan and Andres Torres. 8, 9, and 1 hitters against Cliff Lee, who's allowed a hit. And first pitch swinging, Renteria, right side, Kinsler, 1 out. Nice moment between a father and a son before the game. The father happens to be Aaron Rowand. The son is 5-year-old McKay.
Hey, bud. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for your champion Texas Rangers.
I love you.
McKay turns 6 on December 5th. And Aaron Rowand jumps into the starting lineup for the first time tonight during the World Series. Takes a pitch low, ball 1. There are his numbers for the postseason. He is 1 for 1 with a couple of RBIs, had a 2-run triple in game 2. His only other at bat. Good pitch in on the hands from Cliff Lee. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That's that cut fastball that Lee just wears right-handed hitters out with. Both these pitchers do it in different styles. Lincecum with the fastball, slider, and changeup. Cliff Lee primarily with the cutter, curveball.
Aaron Rowan lines one into left. Murphy coming to get it. 2 down.
Talked about Lincecum's violent delivery. Cliff Lee just the opposite. Very compact, very controlled.
And I think what we're seeing here early is what we expected to see in game 1.
Right.
And really never did. With Lee and Lincecum both look on. Here's one up the middle. Kinsler can't get to it. And Torres has his first hit of the night. A 2-out hit for Andres Torres.
Again, first ball hitting. This fastball finds the middle of the plate. And that's the one thing Cliff Lee does not want to do. Throw too many fastballs in that area. When we said locate on the scouting report, we meant inside corner, outside corner.
Freddie Sanchez. He is 5 for 19 in this World Series, 3 RBIs. In game 1 against Cliff Lee, he was 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. We're going to check on Torres, who's done a little more running. He has stolen 2, been caught, however, 3 times so far this postseason. He's 1 for 1 in the World Series.
Lee does not have a good move to first, but he's very, very quick to the plate, and that often thwarts potential base runners.
Such an abbreviated leg kick.
Yeah, it's almost a slide step. That's his natural move toward home plate.
First pitch of ball to Freddie Sanchez. And that's what dugouts do, and a coach in the dugout will do. That pitch misses barely up and away. The count's 2-0. They have a stopwatch, and they time how long it takes a pitcher to get the ball to home plate. And if you combine that quick release with what Bengie Molina can do behind the plate, Andres Torres has got his work cut out for him if he's going to steal. There's one caught by Cliff Lee. Are you kidding?
All part of that compact delivery, always ready to make the play.
A little floating line drive. A catch and a flip into the seats. He can make it look easy. No score.
This game of the World Series is sponsored by DreamWorks Megamom.
Batter up.
In theaters Friday, November 5th. Rated PG.
Game 5 moves into the third inning. No score and no base runners to this point for Texas. David Murphy takes a strike. Murphy back in there. Frank Coor had made the last 2 starts against left-handed pitching. That's on the outside corner. 0-2. David Murphy, a .291 hitter this season against right-handed pitching, including the postseason, and those are just 3 perfect pitches from Lincecum. Drilled the corner and then went even farther away with a changeup.
2 fastballs on the outside corner and the changeup, and Murphy must have missed that change by about 6 inches. Not even close.
Lincecum is dialed in as Bengie Molina steps in. Bengie 2 for 8 in this World Series. Strike 1.
Bengie thought it was up. Bengie might have been right.
Our Fox Tracks for the World Series brought to you by Microsoft. And now Bengie chases one, and he's in the hole in a blink. 0-2.
5 straight strikes from Tim Lincecum.
And now he makes Molina chase one even farther away. 2 out. First 2 strikeouts of the night for Tim Lincecum.
Nobody, perhaps on either side, knows Tim Lincecum any better than Bengie Molina. Bengie Molina was his catcher when Lincecum won 2 Cy Young Awards in 2008 and 2009.
Here's Mitch Moreland, the number 9 man, who's hitting 12 of his last 13 postseason games as he stands in. Overall hitting .341 this postseason. Strike 1. We have a chance to go into the clubhouses before the ball game, and being in the Giants clubhouse, the atmosphere was relaxed. Why not? They're up 3-1, but as time is called and Lincecum throws the pitch anyway. Lincecum was about as loose a guy as you will ever see. I mean, as loose as he would be during the regular season or even a start during spring training.
Singing and dancing to a Spanish rap song with Pablo Sandoval.
The 0-1 is up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. He's just having fun.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a 1-1. That barely missed. 2-1. Rangers looking for their first base runner of the night. That is high, and it's 3-1.
You can see Lincecum shaking his head. He wanted that last pitch. You don't want to come inside to Moreland right here.
And it's a walk with 2 out. Tonight's Pizza Hut player favorites delivered to you by Pizza Hut. Your favorite moments deserve our favorite pizza. And for Lincecum, his favorite TV show's Family Guy, as we keep it in the family. His hobby is golf, and he likes to wear bow ties. And here he is today walking into the stadium before this Game 5 start. And who knew that Ken Rosenthal was a trendsetter?
Actually, Joe, Tim was doing it before I did. He started in mid-September patterning himself after the Giants owner, Bill Newcomb. He actually learned to tie his bow tie while watching a video on YouTube. He's way ahead of me. I require practically an entire staff to get this thing on, led by Fox's Jim Bernard.
That's good business, to pattern your clothing after the owner.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, not a bad thing. One ball, one strike.
Not at all.
Bill Newcomb, who is in charge of this Giants franchise and who was wearing cowboy boots here for Game 3. Changing it up a little bit. One ball, one strike, 1 on, 2 out. Andrews, that's into his own dugout.
Little flag waving, I'm sure, over the dugout of the Rangers. David Murphy probably saying to himself, I should have kept my plastic helmet on.
The count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 on, 2 out. And a strikeout. He struck out the side, got around the walk. Who's coming up? Buster Posey. He'll lead it off. Catch the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, due date in theaters everywhere this Friday. 4th inning, Game 5, no score. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Rethink possible. Glad you're with us tonight. Beautiful night in Arlington, Texas. 70 degrees at the start of the evening. A little cooler than last night. Still, here we are on the 1st of November. And have had relatively few weather issues to this point this postseason. As a strike hits the outside corner to Buster Posey, who has one of the 2 San Francisco hits. One ball, one strike.
Joe, can't talk enough about how a young 23-year-old has learned a difficult craft so quickly, and all that is involved in catching for a major league team.
There's a strike.
I mean, who was to know that this spring Buster Posey and Bengie Molina, who were together, would be a part in the World Series? So here he is, 2.5 feet from his mentor.
And he stays alive. Buster last night went deep into center field, and when he did it, he became the 5th rookie catcher to hit a home run in a World Series game. He's been consistent. 273 overall during the postseason, hit .305 during the regular year. He shoots one foul down the right side.
Buster spending the first 2 months of the season with Fresno, the AAA affiliate of the Giants. Steve Decker, a former major league catcher, was his manager.
He deserves a raise. Here's a foul backing out of play.
I think he'll get one way or the other. Giants in the World Series for the first time.
I'm talking about Decker.
I am too.
Okay.
I think he'll get one way or the other.
Buster Posey, he will make some money if he stays healthy. Oh, yeah. A 1-2. 2-2.
Right now, I believe he's making the minimum, which is right around $450,000. Minimum for a major league player.
Here's a 2-2 pitch from Lee. Full count.
When I played in 1963, the minimum salary was $6,000 a year.
Gosh. And now a 3-2. Foul ball. A couple of hitters in the Giants lineup tonight have put up a good battle. This will be the 10th pitch of the at-bat with Posey at the plate. Uribe had a long at-bat leading off the second. He eventually struck out. Giants have yet to put their leadoff man on in any inning. Here is a 3-2. Line drive into the right field corner. That ball is foul. Just foul. Leaves our line of sight. Called foul by the right field umpire Mike Winters.
They've talked about how quickly Buster Posey has learned his craft behind the plate. How about at the plate? Learning to go the other way with 2 strikes. We've seen him do it against Philadelphia when he had those 4 hits against the Phillies in game 1 in the 9th inning. He's really got an idea of how to play the game of baseball.
Another 3-2. Now he goes to the left side for Michael Young. 1. How about a little bit more about Buster Posey? There's the full name, Gerald Dempsey Posey III. Father was nicknamed Buster as a kid. Converted from infielder to catcher at Florida State. Number 5 overall pick by the Giants in 2008, and when he was a junior at Florida State, he won the Golden Spikes Award. So they got a good one and somebody to build around behind the plate in San Francisco. 1 out. Here's Cody Ross. Strike 1. Golden Spikes Award to the top collegiate player as the pitch hits the inside corner. And it's 0-2. There's the pitch count for Cliff Lee as he looks for out number 2 here in the 4th. Too far inside. Ball 1.
Talk about moving up the ladder. Cody Ross started out the postseason batting 8th. So successful move to the 6th spot. So successful move to 5. And tonight, Bruce Bochy is putting 4th.
Lee gets him swinging 2 out. And a big hook from the left-hander for his 3rd strikeout of the night.
Boy, this was a wicked curveball diving out of the strike zone to get Ross. Good play by Molina to complete the play.
And with 2 out, nobody on, Juan Uribe steps in. He struck out his first time up. Struck out twice against Lee in game 1. Strike 1.
Get the feeling with these 2 guys as on as they are that an unusual play, unusual base running play, an error by an infielder, something odd to where either team would score a run is about the only way they're going to get on the board. I mean, these guys are sharp tonight.
1 ball, 1 strike. That and then the margin for error gets so small that if you make 1 mistake pitch, somebody can jump on it. Before you know it, they hang a loss on you. Josh Hamilton, a perfect inning. 2nd of the night for Lee. Bottom of the 4th in Arlington, no scoring. Game 5. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. Get movies a month before Netflix with DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. Well, Tim Lincecum is continuing quite a trend for the San Francisco Giants and what they've done on the mound. It was a staff that led the big leagues, all of the major leagues in ERA, strikeouts, and opponents' average against. They rolled through the month of September, and they have been just about as good here in the postseason when the lights are the brightest. Michael Young, 1 ball, 1 strike, and now 2-1. Only man to reach was a 2-out walk picked up by Moreland last inning. And Lincecum struck out the side. 3-1.
Rangers with an opening here. Fastball count for Young.
And he rips one into the corner. Foul. And it gives us a chance to look at some of these numbers for the pitching staff for San Francisco. Since September 1st, 18 straight games allowing 3 runs or fewer in September, which is an incredible feat and something Eric Karras talked about during the pregame. Starters in the division series and ERA under 1. The bullpen in the NLCS outstanding. And then 2 shutouts in this World Series. And a 2.83 ERA. There's one up the middle. First hit of the night for Texas. Belongs to Michael Young.
When major league hitters see 5 or 6 pitches of the same kind in any at bat, the chances go up that they're going to find a hole. That's the 6th straight fastball in that sequence that Young saw, and he ends up getting a base hit.
And it brings in the big thumper in this lineup, Josh Hamilton, MVP of the ALCS. While the Yankees didn't have any answers for Hamilton or Elvis Andrus or Nelson Cruz, the Giants for the most part have. Hamilton 2 for 17 in this World Series. One ball, 1 strike. You can certainly say the Rangers aren't hitting since game 1, when as a group they hit .306. Scored 7 runs since game 1 as a group, hitting .165, and they've scored 4 runs in 3 games. Good pitch on the hands of Hamilton. He's frustrated. Strike 2.
I know this sounds simplistic, but the Rangers are not hitting because the Giants are pitching.
Still a great point. And the 1-2. Got him reaching and just got a piece to stay alive. So in on the hands and then down and away, and Hamilton just ticked it.
What that changeup does, it really robs a hitter of his power. You can see Bruce Bochy does not call that a splitter, but it goes down like a splitter and very, very deceptive.
I mean, this is a clinic how to pitch a power hitter. He's come inside, but he's come far enough in where Hamilton's jamming himself, and he almost struck him out on that splitter or changeup down and away.
Way behind the fastball, way out in front of the changeup.
Hamilton pops it foul, and that ball will carry out of play. During the season, just so you know what kind of a hitter Josh Hamilton is, became the 7th in American League history to hit .350 or better, have 40 or more doubles, 30 or more home runs, drive in 100. Last guy to do it was A-Rod. Hamilton strikes out, and Lincecum just carved him up, 1 away.
Hamilton in the pendulum. Fastball misses. That's a breaking ball. That's a fastball inside. A piece of the changeup. Fastball behind it. Fastball behind it. Got him. Now here's a guy.
And here's Guerrero into the hole. Renteria to second, out. The only out, 2 away.
I was going to say, Joe, a guy who will probably be the American League most valuable player, and making him look that bad gives you an idea of the stuff of Tim Lincecum and his ability to make a hitter look foolish.
Nelson Cruz walks in. eventually. They're making him tuck in his shirt. There are the numbers. 48 pitches for Lincecum. 2 out in the bottom of the 4th. 26 years old, from Renton, Washington, to Liberty High School. 10th overall pick in 2006, and he won back-to-back Cy Young Awards starting just 2 years later. Ball 1 to Nelson Cruz. Cruz has popped 5 home runs this postseason, none during the World Series. Too far inside. 2-0. On the outside corner, 2-1. Late swing and a miss on a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. 2-2.
That's what happens when a hitter has to look for the changeup. Look for the changeup. Normally a fastball hitter in Cruz, he blew the ball right by him.
So good. 5 strikeouts, all in the last 2 innings for Lincecum. He is rolling. So's Lee. He rolls back to the hill. No score into the 5th. Well, those in the state of Texas, those who root for the Rangers, are hoping that the home club can send this World Series back to San Francisco for Game 6 on Wednesday. Here's Aubrey Huff, strike 1. Imagine how the Giants felt today when they woke up. 1 win away from the first championship for this Giants organization since 1954. Bruce Bochy, who took his Padres to the World Series in '98. It was a quick 4-and-out sweep by the New York Yankees. As his club on the brink. Here is an 0-2 from Cliff Lee. High chopper, tough play. Kinsler, bare hand, dropped by Moreland. And Huff is on to start the 5th. Kinsler did all he could, and Moreland didn't catch it.
What a play by Kinsler. And when you're barehanded like this, you can't gauge the speed of the throw. And he's awfully close to make that hard a throw. He had to get Huff. And Moreland dropped it.
It's an error on Mitch Moreland, the first baseman.
You know, it's almost like Troy Aikman throwing a 5-yard pass and throwing it too hard.
Troy Aikman, who was at the ballpark tonight watching the Rangers, and the guy who is a minority owner in the San Diego Padres organization. 3-time Super Bowl champ Cliff Lee gets it by the bat of Burrell, who unloaded on a high fastball. It's 0-2.
Pat can't hit that pitch up there. You get that same pitch down, he can hammer it.
Lined out to left his first time up. 0 for 10 in this World Series, and he went after another high one. Still 0-2. Last scoreless game into the 5th inning, World Series 2005 Game 4. Ozzie Guillen's White Sox, who would finish off a sweep of the Astros that night. Brandon Backey and Freddie Garcia were the pitchers in that game.
Hitters on both sides trying to slow these pitchers down. Once Lincecum from the stretch and then Lee from the stretch. They both work very, very quickly and confidently.
The 0-2 struck him out, one away. Fourth strikeout of the night for Cliff Lee. Trying to pitch around that error that started the inning.
Again, Lee with the fastball high.
That'll bring in Renteria, the number 8 hitter who popped up in his first at bat. Had a 3-hit game last night and had gone 13 years between World Series 3-hit games. He had one in Game 7 in '97. Strike one. He got the game-winning hit of Charlie Nagy. Gave the Marlins the championship when he was a kid. 21 years old now. He's 34 without a contract next year. One ball, one strike. Number 9 hitter is Aaron Rowan. He's on deck. Chopper off the bat of Huff. An error on Moreland, the first baseman. Couldn't handle the throw from Kinsler. Strikeout of Burrell. And now a 1-1 count on Renteria. Foul, strike 2.
If you're at first base with 1 out, what you endeavor to do is to try to get to third base, take a chance. Even if you're Aubrey Huff, he does not have good speed. The problem against the Rangers outfielders is they can all throw and throw well. You don't see that often in the major leagues. But if you're going to take a chance with 1 out, that's the time to do it and try to get to third base.
A little flip to first from Cliff Lee. Lee, who started last year with Cleveland, traded to Philadelphia, traded in the offseason to Seattle, traded in July to Texas. This is way high. 2-2. The 2-2 to the shortstop, Andrus. Out. Out. Cliff Lee erases the error. Halfway through game number 5, no score. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Chevrolet, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. It has been 16 straight scoreless innings put up against the Texas Rangers, and we look now at Civic Center Plaza in downtown San Francisco. Scoreless innings. And it's a little disconcerting to hear yourself on a delay. Texas Rangers. But they are there watching and rooting. Strike 1 to Ian Kinsler.
Those 16 consecutive scoreless innings, by the way, the most in the year of the Rangers.
Off the end of the bat. Sanchez has to go a long way, and a good play by Freddie Sanchez, 1 out.
The Rangers had 2 streaks of 15 straight scoreless innings during the regular season. So this 16 and a third consecutive scoreless innings, the longest for the Rangers all year. Unbelievable.
And now David Murphy, who is 1 for 5 in this World Series and just 5 for 25 in the postseason after really hitting well in the second half of the year for Texas when they ran away with the AL West. Murphy fouls it away, and that's strike 2. Another strikeout for Lincecum, and these Texas hitters are completely off balance and have been fooled from the start. That changeup is devastating. Our AT&T trivia question: name the last American League team to come back from a 3-1 World Series deficit and then win the last 2 games on the road. That's the situation for Texas, as Benji Molina swings and misses. Just to follow that, 6 of the last 9 teams in the World Series down 3-1 playing at home have forced a Game 6, including Philadelphia last year with Cliff Lee on the mound. That is 2 quick strikes, and this crowd hasn't seen anything out of this Texas offense against Lincecum.
He's a machine out there right now.
The 0-2. A broken bat. Lincecum is just having fun. The underhand toss, and we go to the 6th. Lee and Lincecum. Who's going to get the L? The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Verizon Wireless, introducing the Droid X, the next generation of does, and by Chevrolet, the official vehicle of Major League Baseball. We all came in talking about the great pitching matchup in Game 1. 2 starters tonight, Lee and Lincecum, have combined to throw 10 innings, 3 hits total. Giants have 2 of those 3. It is a different story here tonight when this series began in San Francisco. Strike 1 on Aaron Rowan as he starts the 6th. Torres has a hit tonight. He's on deck, then Freddie Sanchez. Here's an 0-1. Fastball for a strike. Good zip on it. 92. Strike 2. Got him looking. Strikeout number 5. Geico in-game box score for San Francisco. A hit for Torres. He's coming up right now. A hit for Posey in the 1st. That's it. 5 strikeouts. Cliff Lee pitched around an error that started the 5th. Torres homered here 2 nights ago. That was batting left-handed. The switch hitter takes ball 1.
There have been 31 outs recorded in this game so far. 5 of those outs were hit out of the infield. That's it. 5 of 31 fly balls to the outfield.
Lee falls behind 2-0. Rowan is flied to left. Burrell flied to left. Uribe flied to center, and on the other side, Michael Young flied to right. Vladimir Guerrero flied to right. Two pitchers now have combined for 11 strikeouts. Lincecum has 6 of them. That is ball 3, 3-0. There's a strike. It's almost automatic. Tim gave you the number earlier. Now it's 79 strikeouts for Cliff Lee. He's been on the mound during the postseason, compared to only 8 walks. 79 to 8. And Torres grounds to short. Andrews makes the play, and so does Moreland. 2 out. Elvis Andrews, who committed 16 errors during the regular season, has 3 this postseason. Gave a little salute over to Mitch Moreland, who dug it out of the dirt for out number 2. Here's Freddie Sanchez, 0 for 2. In the bottom of this inning, the Rangers will have the top of their lineup. Strike one. Sanchez hit that soft liner that Cliff Lee caught over his head to end the top of the third his last time up. There's strike two and a rare curveball from Cliff Lee. When he's thrown it, it's been good tonight. 0-2. Fly ball into right center field, and a diving try, no catch by Cruz. Sanchez will hold it first. Cruz got there and missed it.
Diving for it, and that ball well above the ground. I think he looked down when he dived, it appeared to me. We'll take one more look at it. Diving, he looked down. Watch the look down, and he missed it.
Tell you, he is lucky that ball caught his right arm. If that got past him,
it's at least two.
At least two.
Right.
And now Buster Posey, who homered last night, has one of 3 hits tonight for San Francisco. That's a base hit for Freddie Sanchez. And a fly ball into right, well hit. Back at the track, at the wall, the catch by Nelson Cruz. And a smile shared with Josh Hamilton.
He missed one, but not the next one.
The hit by Sanchez, and this one into the heel of the glove, and he hung on. Buster almost got another. No score after 5.5. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by DirecTV. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV. Mitch Moreland, the number 9 man, will start it. Then Elvis Andrus, Michael Young. Nelson Cruz had an eventful top of the 6th. Watching Moreland, who takes high ball 1. Mitch walked his first time up. 17 straight scoreless innings put up by the San Francisco pitching staff. You have to go back to the 5th inning, game 3, the Josh Hamilton home run. The last time the Rangers pushed one across. That's up the middle. Moreland is hot. On base for the 2nd time tonight, a leadoff base hit. We go back to the top of this 6th inning, and first the ball into right that Nelson Cruz came on and missed with a dive. And then the catch and the ball smoked by Buster Posey right into the heel of his glove in the deepest part of right center field. Posey thought he had it.
I think you may see the straight sacrifice right here. 1 run might seem like 5 tonight.
Hit and run, and Andrus flies to center. Back to first as Moreland 1 out. So Ron Washington, Tim, tried to play it aggressively instead of the bunt. He let Elvis Andrus swing away, and with a runner going, he flied to center.
Well, the reason I don't agree with that in that particular situation is Lincecum throws a lot of high fastballs. High fastballs are very difficult to hit on the ground. That's why Lincecum is tough to hit and run against. What did Andrus get? A high fastball, fly to center.
Now the number 2 hitter is Michael Young, who has a hit, 1 for 2. He shoots one into right center field, coming to get it rolling. 2 quick outs after the leadoff hit by Moreland. Geico in-game box score for Texas. 2 hits. Single by Moreland. Michael Young singled back in the 4th. There's been 1 walk, and Lincecum has struck out 6.
Added to the futility of the Texas Rangers offense, they led the major leagues going from 1st to 3rd this year, 122 times. You know how many times they've done it in the World Series? None. Not once.
Hamilton Loses his bat deep into the crowd. And when you look at the big bats, the 3, 4, and 5 men for the Rangers in their lineup, it has been that, a power outage. Hamilton 2 for 18. He's at the plate now. Guy behind him is Guerrero. 1 hit, struck out 4 times. Same for Nelson Cruz, who's 3 for 18. Combined 125 average. Broken bat, ground ball, hit to the second baseman Sanchez. That sends us into the 7th. Cody Ross is coming up. He'll lead it off in the 7th. Catch the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, due date in theaters everywhere this Friday. Just settling in, and we're into the 7th. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. For the most sports period, call 1-800-DirecTV. Cliff Lee back to the hill. 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Giants. No score. Popped up, back, and out of play. Cody Ross has hit 8 home runs in his last 11 road games. He homered here 2 nights ago. His 5th of this postseason. As Tim mentioned, his last time up, he has crept higher and higher up the lineup for Bruce Bochy. A guy who got a bunch of hits at the end of September. Found his way onto the postseason roster. He's the MVP of the National League Championship Series.
10 of his 14 hits in the postseason were extra bases with 5 home runs, all solo shots.
Here's an 0-1. And on the hands, strike 2. Uribe will follow, and then Aubrey Huff. .77 pitches on the night for Cliff Lee. Up and away, ball 1. Ross tonight has struck out and popped up. Lee has struck out 5. Allowed 3 hits. And Ross got a piece of that good Cliff Lee curveball. Comparison of the 2 starters, the lefty, the righty, similar nights. Lincecum's only thrown 68 pitches. Here's a 1-2. Ground ball, base hit up the middle. Leadoff man is on for the Giants in the 7th. Our AT&T trivia question was named the last American League team to come back from a 3-1 World Series deficit and win the last 2 games on the road. Tim, the answer. The 1968 Detroit Tigers. Behind Mickey Lolich, won Game 5 at Tiger Stadium over the Cardinals, and then won Game 6 and 7 at Busch Stadium behind Denny McLain and Lolich again.
If you're thinking bunt, Uribe had none all year.
Bruce Bochy wasn't thinking bunt.
That's a different situation with Uribe up there compared to Elvis Andrus. I mean, Andrus had only 18 extra base hits all year, so he was in a bunting situation. Obviously, Uribe wasn't.
Uribe's 0 for 2. He struck out, flied out. Now he's in the hole, 0-2. Line drive into center, base hit on an 0-2 pitch. And it's 2 on with nobody out, and the best chance for either team is right here for San Francisco.
Too much of the plate for Cliff Lee on an 0-2 pitch. It was a cut fastball. Down and in, hammered to center by Uribe. Huff, no sacrifice hits all year.
And he's at the plate now, 2 on, nobody out. Aubrey's 0 for 2, reached on an error his last time up.
So the sacrifice called for in this situation, but you don't have the guy at the plate to do it.
Michael Young is in, even with the bag, maybe a step in front of it at third. And the bunt is a good one. The play by Lee for the out. Second and third, 1 away. And it took a good play by Cliff Lee to get 1 out. What a good bunt by Aubrey Huff.
How about that? A sacrifice bunt, his first of the year in what could be a giant clincher. That's unbelievable. 2-run homer last night, a bunt tonight.
It sets up second and third for Pat Burrell, who has to put the ball in play. That's been a problem for Pat.
Not only this year, but the first of Aubrey Huff's career.
In the World Series to present this opportunity to Pat Burrell, who's back in the lineup, sat out last night, and has struck out 9 times in 11 at-bats. The Texas infield comes in.
Remember, Cliff Lee has been staying up on Burrell. Burrell, a low ball hitter. He goes up for the strikeout or the swing and the miss.
And now time called as Burrell gets out. In the career of Pat Burrell, this dates back to time with Philadelphia, 1 for 25. Swinging the bat during the World Series. First pitch, line drive is foul down the left field line. Strike 1. The 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got first base open.
Not a thought of pitching around him.
Not with the way Burrell is struggling.
No. They're going to try for the strikeout up in the strike zone. That would be my guess.
Time called again at the plate. Second time that's happened in the last 2 at-bats for Burrell. Pat Burrell could erase a lot of postseason frustration with 1 swing right now. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses, 2-1. Molina wants to go talk.
Remember the conversation a couple of nights ago when Bengie Molina went out and talked to Darren O'Day. O'Day wanted to come inside the Buster Posey. And Molina wanted the ball away. He threw the breaking ball away, did O'Day, for the final out of the 8th inning on a ground out. I would imagine Molina talked to Cliff about keeping the ball up to Burrell.
The 2-1. Strike 2. That was up 84 miles per hour, 2-2. Ball 3. Pat Burrell was at the mercy of where that pitch was going to end up, and it ended up out of the strike zone. Could not pull the trigger. The 3-2. Pretty good rip. Base hit by Ross, base hit by Uribe, a bunt from Aubrey Huff. With 1 out, 2 out, and a huge strikeout for Cliff Lee.
Pat Burrell turned around and asked Jeff Kellogg, strike? It looked like a cutter away. Outside part of the plate to get Burrell. It was a cutter away.
Two more strikeouts for Burrell tonight. Bruce Bochy stuck with him. In fact, he used the bunt with Aubrey Huff to set up the opportunity for Burrell, who could not come through. Now it's Renteria right on top of the plate. Ball 1 up. Renteria's bounced into a double play, popped up. Burrell has struck out 10 times in 12 at-bats in this World Series. Renteria, ball 2.
Now you don't have to throw Renteria a strike. He's a much more dangerous hitter than Aaron Rowan, the on-deck hitter. And you do have first base open, and I think that comes into play right now. If you're Renteria, you may think about going out of the strike zone to pick up an RBI. He's a good bad ball hitter.
The 2-0 is hit high in the air to left center field. Back is Murphy on the run. 3-run home run Renteria. And a 3-0 San Francisco lead in the 7th. He won a World Series with a base hit in 1997. And that swing of the bat might bring a championship to San Francisco.
Burrell, you can understand pitching to him. I don't know about Renteria.
Now Rowan flies one into right. A long run for Cruz, and that ends the inning, but big damage is done. Edgar Renteria, who homered in the 5th inning of game number 2, shoots one out of here into left center field in game number 5. Delivery was up, and Edgar Renteria took care of it. No one more relieved than Burrell, who struck out with 2nd and 3rd 1 out. Renteria picks him up. Aaron Rowan wearing the mic.
Yeah! Yes! He told me he was going to do it. He told me.
Right now we join public address announcer Chuck Morgan for the introduction of God Bless America.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and join with all of Major League Baseball as we pause to honor the men and women of our armed services, both at home and around the world. Tonight, we invite you to join in singing God Bless America with Molly Corbett. Molly is the wife of Air Force Technical Sergeant Charles Corbett and is singing tonight on behalf of the men and women of the armed services and their families who serve with them.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with America, my home, sweet home.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And buy the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures, due date in theaters everywhere this Friday. Well, now it's squarely in the lap of Tim Lincecum, who has been tremendous. He's allowed 2 hits, singles, both leadoff singles. Rangers did nothing with him. Vladimir Guerrero takes a strike. Guerrero's 0 for 2 tonight, 1 for 12 in this World Series. Another strike, another fastball. It's 0-2. Lincecum has these Rangers hitters guessing and guessing wrong. Little pop-up back behind the plate, out of play. On deck is Nelson Cruz, then Kinsler. Guerrero chases it. A strikeout for out number 1.
You may remember in game 2, Edgar Renteria hit a high cut fastball from C.J. Wilson to put the Giants on top 1-0. That ball was up about letter high. And tonight, with a 3-run homer against Cliff Lee on a ball letter high, hit to left center field.
There's a swinging strike on Nelson Cruz.
Here's a guy who has 2 home runs in the last 4 games, and he had 3 all year.
Was on the disabled list 3 times.
Right.
That pitch is high to Cruz. A ball and a strike. So on the disabled list 3 times, and really kind of an afterthought when the postseason began. Certainly down the stretch. Here's Cruz hitting one in the air to left. Back at the wall. It's 3-1. Nelson Cruz goes deep in the 7th. Home run number 6 this postseason.
A Ranger hitter finally guessed right. Got what he was looking for. To break temporarily the dry spell.
It had been 18 and a third scoreless for this Giant staff against the Rangers. Kinsler takes ball 1. A 1-0. 2-0. Neftali Feliz, the closer, getting ready. As we're in the bottom of the 7th in what is now a 2-run game. The 2-0 pitch. 2-1. Kinsler, 31 home runs last year, just 9 this year. This time on the DL. He's hit 3 this postseason. That barely missed. Ball 3.
I think you take right here with the Rangers down by 2 and make Lincecum throw 2 strikes, not 1.
There's strike 2. Kinsler's grounded out twice tonight. Foul. Top of this inning, hits by Cody Ross and Juan Uribe. Set it up, and a 2-out inning saving and game changing home run by Edgar Renteria. A 3-run shot. And now a walk to bring the tying run to the plate.
That's what taking that 3-1 pitch does. It makes Lincecum work. And he worked him into a walk to bring the tying run to the plate.
And to bring Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, out to the mound. Righetti, who had an 11-year run with the New York Yankees, actually pitched in the World Series in '81, is out to talk to Lincecum.
We used to call these meetings "How do you feel" meetings, because inevitably and invariably every pitching coach that would hold a meeting like that would ask the pitcher, "How do you feel?" So a "how do you feel" meeting from Righetti.
And now David Murphy, 1 on, 1 out. Ball 1 high. Murphy hit a home run in the ALCS, hit 12 during the regular season. He has struck out twice tonight. Rangers trying to answer Renteria's shot. 2-0. Throw to first, and Kinsler almost wandered too far.
How about that play? We've talked about Buster Posey's arm the whole series. Aubrey Hupp was picked off, saying, nope, nope, look at Aubrey. Whoa, I've got to make a play here. That's how good his arm is.
Threw a strike.
Yeah.
Murphy with a count 2-0, swinging for the fences, came up empty.
That's why you keep the fastball away from a hitter when you're behind in the count. You know he's trying to jack one. That was a good fastball away from Lincecum.
Action has started for the Giants in their pen. Murphy fouls away strike 2. Javier Lopez, the left-hander. Santiago Casilla is the right-hander. The 2-2, a strikeout of Murphy on a changeup, and strikeout number 8 for Lincecum.
No way was Lincecum going to come inside to David Murphy.
If you didn't catch that graphic, it's a graphic that Giants fans don't want to read, but the last time in the World Series a team has come back down 3 or more runs to win a ball game was Game 6 in '02. The Angels. Big home run by Scott Spezio, coming back against the Giants and then winning in Game 7. Ball 1 skips in to Benji Molina.
And again, if Molina's going to go deep, you're going to make him do it on a ball away, because that's where Lincecum's success has been with Benji all night.
And the rookie catcher goes out to talk.
Make sure. We went from a how do you feel meeting to a make sure meeting.
Posey back behind the plate with 1 on 2 out. Molina's hit 2 home runs this postseason. Benji Molina thought it was ball 2 up and away. Instead, it's strike 1.
Posey setting outside. He got the call. Close pitch. Outside.
And strike 2.
May see this pitch farther outside.
One on 2 out, tying run at the plate here in the 7th. A run is home on the home run by Cruz. Didn't chase it. 2-2. Rangers are 1 for 17 at the plate with runners on over the last 2 games. Molina strikes out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lincecum. He has 9 on the night. But the Rangers have a run. A homer by Nelson Cruz makes it 3-1 through 7. Neftali Feliz is the closer for the Texas Rangers and not willing to play around with this anymore. Ron Washington goes to him. Here in the 8th inning of a 2-run game, it's 3-1. And a strike drills the inside corner to Andres Torres, who has a hit tonight. Now he turns around and bats left-handed. The 0-1 popped up. Behind the plate for Benji Molina. 1 out. Give you our BlackBerry game summary as we play here in the top of the 8th. Lincecum is doing his thing again. He has struck out 9. Edgar Renteria with the biggest swing of the night. A 3-run shot in the top of the 7th. Here's a fly ball into left. Murphy back to grab it. 2 out. And I don't know if you heard it with the celebration with Aaron Rowand wearing a microphone, but here's what Andres Torres said to Rowand after the home run by Renteria. Andres Torres saying he told me he was going to do it. So Edgar Renteria is trying to become the hero here tonight and in this World Series for the Giants. Think about the last at bats he's had in World Series play. He was the guy who got the game-winning hit in Game 7 in '97. He made the last out for St. Louis at the end of a 4-game sweep at the hands of the Boston Red Sox, when he bounced one back to Folk to win that World Series. And if that's his last at bat of this World Series, it'll be the topper.
Well, we talked about it when it went to 2-0, and what it all boils down to, Joe, is you can't pitch to him in that situation. You got first base open. You know, you pitch to Burrell there because there's a chance of a strikeout. You get the strikeout. You can't press your luck. You got to pitch to the more inexperienced Rowand, in my view.
Inexperienced with regard to this postseason and really postseason in general, but Rowand's getting his first start.
Right.
He was 0 for 2 going into that at bat when he followed the home run and flied to shallow right. So a few decisions have been curious and second guessable tonight by Ron Washington. Not just pitching to Renteria, not bunting after the hit to lead off in the 6th inning by Moreland with Andrews at the plate. Instead trying a hit and run Andrews flied out. Nothing really came of that leadoff hit in the 6th. Posey with a chopper to third. Michael Young can't make the play, and Buster Posey has his second hit of the night. A 2-out single to keep the top of the 8th inning alive for San Francisco. Brings in Cody Ross, whose hit started that 3-run rally in the 7th. Neftali Feliz gives up the infield hit. Ball 1. And again, it's been a different guy, it seems, every night for the Giants during this postseason. Last night, Cody Ross hitless. Tonight, hitless in his first 2 at-bats, but his single started it. Then the hit by Uribe as the Giants let Uribe swing and not bunt. The bunt by Aubrey Huff, which was a beauty. And the strikeout of Burrell and the home run from Renteria. A ball and a strike on Cody Ross. Here's a 1-1 to the third baseman Young. To second to end the inning. Coming up for the Rangers down by 2. Moreland, Andrus, Young. Catch the new comedy from Warner Brothers Pictures. Due date in theaters everywhere this Friday into the bottom of the 8th. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by the new 2011 Ram 1500, the new overall champion of the Truck of Texas, and by BlackBerry. If you are just joining us, it was a pitcher's duel through 6. Edgar Renteria took Cliff Lee deep with 2 on and 2 out in the 7th. 3-run shot. Second big home run of this series. Nelson Cruz with the only run batted in tonight, a 1-out home run for the Rangers in their half of the 7th. It's 3-1. And Lincecum, who has struck out 9, allowed 2 walks and just 3 hits. Gets strike 1 on Mitch Moreland. Now strike 2. Javier Lopez is still up, that tough left-hander, with Josh Hamilton lurking. Hamilton due up 4th in this 8th. A strikeout of Moreland, 1 away. And a 10 strikeout night for Tim Lincecum.
I don't think any pitcher in the major leagues turns it up and accelerates the pace when he has a lead in the late innings any better than Tim Lincecum.
Now Sergio Romo has taken the place of Casilla in the bullpen for the Giants. 1 out in the 8th. Andrus takes a strike. The Yankees had no answer for Elvis Andrus in that ALCS. The Giants have. 3 for 16, that's it. Lincecum has to hurry. Throws a fastball, 2 out.
Boy, did he ever throw a fastball. He almost wound up to throw that ball.
Andrus 0 for 4 tonight. The bases are empty for Michael Young.
Lincecum, a terrific athlete, gets his man.
Here is Young, 1 for 3. Strike 1. Last night it was Madison Bumgarner who went 8, no runs, 3 hits. Tonight Lincecum's trying to go through 8 with 1 run on just 3 hits. One ball, 1 strike with Josh Hamilton waiting on deck. Two and 1.
I think if Michael Young gets on, then Javier Lopez is going to be brought in the game to pitch to Josh Hamilton.
To the third baseman, Uribe. The throw across is perfect. And the Giants are 1 inning away. We go to the 9th, game 5. San Francisco on top, 3-1. Tonight's aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. Get movies a month before Netflix with DirecTV. Call 1-800-DirecTV. We go to the 9th inning. Giants lead by 2, and Uribe goes after the first pitch, pops it up, foul. Benji Molina can't make the play. Had another step to go before he got up to the bricks, but stopped, reached, missed it.
Yes, stopped and had to try to catch the ball with his glove turned that way. He had a little more room than he thought. Couldn't make the play.
Uribe had a big hit in that 3-run 7th that followed the hit by Cody Ross. Strike 2. You know, we knew coming into this postseason that the Giants had good young pitching. I don't think anybody knew that it would step up and pitch like this. Baseball's biggest stage. A strikeout of Uribe. To give you some history for the Giants, the last time they closed one out October 2nd, 1954, Johnny Antonelli's final pitch popped up by Dale Mitchell into the glove of Hank Thompson. Giants won their first World Series in 21 years. Giants completed a shocking 4-game sweep over the Indians, who were 111-43 in the regular season. And here they are, a matter of outs away. 3 defensive outs. Strike 1 on Aubrey Huff.
Yeah, that was in New York. Now they're in San Francisco.
Moving there in 1958. And this is the Giants' 4th try at a world championship since they made that move. Strike 2 on Aubrey Huff.
Joe, speaking of moves, I have never seen a manager make as many positive right moves as Bruce Bochy has made in this postseason. He has been unbelievable. All of them make sense. All of them have worked, it seems.
With 1 out, the 0-2. Ball 1.
He hits with Uribe instead of Bunning, who did not have any sacrifices this year. Uribe comes through. Aubrey Huff had never had a sacrifice in his career of 10 years. Sacrifice is successful. That opened up first base. They elected, Ron Washington elects to pitch to Renteria. It made it 3-0.
Kinsler to his right. 2 out. What was going on in the world in 1954? A gallon of gas cost 21 cents. President was Eisenhower. #1 TV show was I Love Lucy, and there were no Major League Baseball teams west of the Mississippi. Since moving to San Francisco in 1958, Giants lost to the Yankees in '62, to Oakland in '89, and to the Angels in 2002. Strike 1 on Burrell.
By the way, when that 1954 World Series ended, Bruce Bochy was 6 months old.
Now 55 years old. Strike 2 on Burrell. Wife is Kim. 2 sons, Greg and Brett. Bruce Bochy, who was born in France, had a good big league career as a catcher. Well-respected manager. Here comes an 0-2 pitch to Burrow. Inside. Think of the production the Giants are getting out of the older guys playing on the left side of their infield. Certainly Edgar Renteria, but Uribe has made his hits count, and they've played very well defensively. Here's the 1-2 with 2 out. 2-2. A lot of people hadn't seen the closer, Brian Wilson, coming into this postseason. He has been as good as advertised. Will he get the ball in the bottom of this 9th inning, or will Lincecum go back out? Here is a 2-2 to Burrow. Top of the 9th inning is over. 2 shutout frames from Feliz. Texas batting bottom of the 9th. They need 2. Down 3-1. It's Brian Wilson with the ball in his right hand, trying to win the World Series and close it for the San Francisco Giants. 5 saves, no earned runs this postseason, and it's all on him. After 8 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, a home run allowed, and 101 pitches thrown by Tim Lincecum. What do you think of this move, Tim, taking Lincecum out and bringing the closer in?
I wouldn't have taken him out. I would have Lincecum come back out in the 9th inning and at least pitch to Hamilton and Guerrero, because they've looked so bad against him all night. 101 pitches, that's not that much. This is on the heels, by the way, of those benevolent remarks we made at the bottom of the 8th inning, saying that Bruce Bochy had made a mistake the whole game.
And who knows, this could be the right move. We'll see.
We'll see.
But Hamilton tonight is 0 for 3. Guerrero's 0 for 3. Here comes the 0-1. Right down the middle, 0-2. Wilson closed out the clincher, Game 6 of the NLCS at Philadelphia. It's not always easy with Brian Wilson on the mound. He can make it torturous as Hamilton fouls that high delivery back.
That was the most hittable ball that Josh Hamilton has had to hit all night. Right here. That's a mistake that Wilson got away with.
Here's the 0-2. Right down the middle, struck him out, 1 away. And the Giants are 2 outs away. The big slugger Josh Hamilton has been just about completely shut down in this World Series.
Totally fooled.
2 for 20.
Wow.
Now Vladimir Guerrero. Hard hit, but right at Renteria. He may be the MVP. 2 out. Brian Wilson, 2 up, 2 down. Representing on the mound a team that, by their own description, they call themselves misfits. If you look at their lineup, you look at the players, the only real all-star type other than on the pitching staff would be Buster Posey. That type player, but they have pieced this together, and they have been lethal in this postseason. Nelson Cruz, strike 1.
They've been lethal because there are no misfits on their pitching staff.
It was Lincecum starting it tonight. Bumgarner last night. Kane so good. Lincecum the winner in Game 1. Nelson Cruz is homered tonight. Texas Rangers need just 1 base runner to have a chance. Here's a 1-1. Strike two. 96 from Brian Wilson, and the Giants are one strike away.
Well, you get the feeling Cruz will see that pitch again.
Wilson outside. 2-2. The 2-2 from Brian Wilson, down and away, a full count.
If you have to walk it up to home plate and put it on a tee, you do not walk him in this situation.
Here it is. Struck him out. And for the first time since 1954, the Giants are world champions. And listen to these fans as that celebration happens. In San Francisco going crazy, and here in Arlington applauding.
Their third clincher on enemy turf. They clinched in Atlanta, the LDS, in Philadelphia, the NLCS, and now clinching in Texas for the World Championship.
And that guy who was just on your screen, Tim Lincecum, becomes the 5th pitcher in World Series history with 10 or more strikeouts in a clinching game, and the first one to do it as he gets the win here tonight since Bob Gibson in 1967. The last swing. This group of San Francisco Giants a team that was worked on all season long, added to at the trading deadline, added to at the end of August, came together, and they won it all. So while the celebration continues, down to the field we go. Here's Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Cody, you were claimed on waivers from the Marlins in late August. Did you ever think then that this moment was possible?
Absolutely not. I can't tell you how proud I am of this team. Just never giving up. We don't have any superstars. We're just a bunch of guys that wanted to win. Obviously, our pitching is incredible. Timmy threw an unbelievable game, and Brian came in. We couldn't have drew it up any better. This was just incredible.
Cliff Lee was undefeated in the postseason coming into this series. You guys beat him twice. How did you do it?
A lot of hard work and just heart. I want to congratulate the Texas Rangers on an incredible season. Cliff, he's class act. And, you know, we're coming home, San Fran. We did it. We nailed it.
Cody, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny, thank you. This for the Giants in 2010. The first championship for this organization since they moved west in 1958. Lincecum over the railing and out to join the celebration. I'm sure in some way is for players like Juan Marichal, Orlando Cepeda, Willie McCovey, John Montefiusco, Greg Minton, Scott Gerelts, Jack Clark, Will Clark, Robbie Thompson, Bobby and Barry Bonds, JT Snow, Rob Nen, the late Rod Beck. Guys who in San Francisco gave it all they had, but never won it all. A team that won its 19th pennant just won its 6th World Championship.
Watch Lincecum go over the railing. Now this takes an athlete.
And Lincecum ended up right in the mosh pit. And on shoulders, he deserves it. He was brilliant.
Certainly does.
Let's go back down to Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Buster, you came up to the majors May 29th. You were just trying to get established. Now you're the first rookie catcher since 1966 to win a World Series. How does all that sound?
I don't know. What can you say? I mean, this is the ultimate high in baseball. I mean, I got to experience it my first year here, and I don't know what to say.
Tim Lincecum tonight. How much better was he than he's ever been before?
You know what? The guy was on. I mean, you could see it in the first inning. He had late action on the fastball, and he had that confidence. He had that demeanor about him, and I mean, he was good all the way through. Cruz hit a pretty good pitch out, and he bounced back and got us right back in. He probably could have finished it up, but we got to go to Wilson there.
Buster, finally, Edgar Renteria. What can you say about him?
Oh my gosh, that's a guy. This guy hasn't played. Probably sat on the bench for what, 4 months out of the year, maybe, and hits 2 clutch home runs, and he's going out on top, going out a World Series champion, and hit the 3-run homer to win the last game for us. I'm so happy for him.
Buster, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Joe, back to you.
What an impressive young man, 23 years old. And if you think about Tim Lincecum, he set the tone in Game 1 of the Division Series, striking out 14. That was against Atlanta, and he bookends it with a win here in Game 5, the clincher of the World Series. From the ground, from the air, and the celebration from a couple thousand miles away in San Francisco as they celebrate in Civic Center Plaza. The guys on the other side of the break, we're just getting started with a celebration for the Giants here in Arlington. A look at the dugout of the San Francisco Giants on that strikeout by Brian Wilson of Nelson Cruz. Up and over. And the battery that set the tone here tonight and really for this entire postseason, Lincecum and Posey. Our Ram Power player of the game is Tim Lincecum. 8 innings, 1 run, 3 hits. Struck out 10, walked only 2, allowed a home run through 101 pitches and was dominant. Let's go down for the trophy presentations. Here's Chris Rose.
All right, Joe, thank you very much. I'm here with a very happy San Francisco Giants brass. William Newcomb, the managing general partner of the Giants, Larry Baer, the team president, Brian Sabean, the GM, and Bruce Bochy, the manager. And it is time to present the Commissioner's Trophy. So I welcome in the Commissioner of Baseball, Bud Selig.
Thank you, Chris. Pleasure to be here. Well, let me say to the Giant franchise, their first world championship since 1954, first for the city of San Francisco and all your great fans. Built a great pitching staff that was just magnificent all year long. And so to Bill Newcomb, Larry Baer, Brian Sabean, and Bruce Bochy. You guys did a great job. Congratulations to the world champion San Francisco Giants.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you. Mr. Newcomb, To win it as a franchise for the first time since 1954, something very important. But you're a guy that grew up in Northern California. What does it mean to finally bring the hardware to San Francisco?
Well, it's a great thing for the franchise, for the city of San Francisco, for all of our fans and the community in Northern California. We stood on the backs of giants ahead of us that got us here, and we had a terrific year. I just want to say congratulations to the Texas Rangers, who have a proud franchise with all their distractions this year. They played outstanding baseball, hard-fought series. We managed to get the better of it. We're humbled about that. We're proud of what we've done, and I can't say enough about the work of our general manager, Brian Sabean, and his core of people who built this team from spring training and added to it in the middle of the season and turned it over to Bochy on the field. And Bruce somehow managed to juggle this roster and put these players in positions to be successful. It's a great team win again tonight, and that's what it's been all year. It's been a team of talented people who love to play this game and like doing it with each other.
Congratulations. Larry Baer, a fourth-generation San Franciscan. Giants baseball, apparently it's not torture after all, is it?
It's not, Chris. The 2010 Giants have honored 53 years of San Francisco Giants players and coaches and managers who have worn that uniform. Millions of fans who've been at Candlestick and Seal Stadium, sometimes in less than ideal climates. And just, it's an honor that this club has honored and paid tribute to all of those millions of fans and those 53 teams. It's a beautiful thing.
Congratulations. Brian Sabean, the architect of the 2010 San Francisco Giants. I know it was rather emotional when you made the World Series. I can't imagine what is going through your heart and your head right now.
Well, this buried a lot of bones, as everybody's talking about 62 and 89, 2002. This group deserved it. It was fateful from the beginning, starting in spring training. And, it was a community effort, front office, scouting, player development. Boch and his staff did as good a coaching job as I think I've seen in baseball since I've been in the game, and I've been in the game a while. But we're very proud, we're humble by the achievement, and to think that we're going to bring this trophy home to San Francisco is really amazing.
Brian, congratulations. Bruce Bochy, manager of the Giants, not bad for a bunch of cast-offs and misfits, huh?
Yeah, they did all right. I couldn't be prouder of a group. It just goes to show you what a team can do when they play with heart and determination. They weren't going to be denied, and they wanted to win for each other, for our fans. And I want to thank my staff. How hard they worked in these players, how they accepted their roles, and they all had one mission. That was a win, and I could be prouder of a group.
As a guy that came up as a big league catcher, you have to appreciate your starting pitching, not only in this series, but the entire playoffs. I mean, they were dominant.
Unbelievable how good they've been, and of course Buster Posey, the job he did back there handling the staff, and they're the reason we're here, and to come in here and pitch like that against a great hitting ball club. I mean, what Bumgarner did yesterday, of course Cain's postseason, then Timmy goes out there and does that. It's great to have these guys staring in front of us, and for the future, and I could be happier for them.
On a personal note, you've been in this game for 35 years professionally. I mean, how satisfying is it to a lifelong baseball man?
I tell you, I was nervous last night, really all day. You realize you're on the verge of doing something that you dreamed about all your life and just wanted another chance, and these guys did it, and it's a feeling you can't describe. And when we got that last out, all kinds of emotions are running through you because you realize how hard this is to do.
Congratulations, Bruce.
Chris. Thank you.
All right, it is time right now to present the World Series MVP presented by Chevrolet. And once again, Commissioner Seelig, come on in here.
Well, it's my privilege again to present the most valuable player presented by Chevrolet to Edgar Renteria. Edgar, it was 1997 you got the game-winning hit. Now here we are in 2010 with a game-winning hit. You have a batting average in the World Series that is just incredible. And I must say, your three-run home run tonight, obviously, and all your other contributions are remarkable. So congratulations to Edgar Renteria, the most valuable player in the 2010 World Series. Congratulations.
Edgar, for what you went through this year, you ended up on the DL 3 times, almost 4, courtesy of your manager right there, Bruce Bochy. It was a trying year for you. but to come up with the huge hits that you did in the World Series, how satisfying is this for you?
Yeah, it was tough year for me, you know, and I appreciate all the organization because they have patience with me, the GM, the manager, so they give me the chance to play in the playoff, and thank God that everything go well. And I don't know, that's home run, I don't know. I just see the boys put a good swing in the boys, the ball go out.
It's obviously emotional for you. Was there a point at this year that you thought maybe you wouldn't get a chance to shine on a major league field again?
Yeah, because it was tough. It was tough year for me, but I told myself, keep working hard, and keep you in shape because something gonna be good for this year for you, and because we know I believe in my team, I believe in the pitcher, and everything go well.
You're the fourth player to have a game-winning RBI in 2 different World Series clinching games. DiMaggio, Berra, Gehrig, and now Edgar Renteria. Whoa. That's a pretty amazing list to be a part of, isn't it?
Yeah, that's amazing, you know. That's amazing being that situation, and you know, and I feel proud of myself. I feel proud with my teammates, and thank God, you only the one do everything what I did, you know.
You know, you're 35 now. You were 22 when you won it back in 1997. A lot has transpired in those 13 years. Are you walking away a winner? You want to give this another shot, my friend?
I don't know. I'm gonna think about it and see what happens.
Well, congratulations. Enjoy the MVP trophy and a job well done. And congratulations to you and the 2010 San Francisco Giants, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Aubrey Huff, my friend. How are you?
All right. Never better, believe me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Attaboy, Edgar, you old man. Dinosaur.
Well, let's see. You hadn't been to the playoffs in nearly 1,500 career regular season games, and now you are standing on top of the mountain. What's bouncing through that head of yours?
I tell you what, this is the most amazing feeling I've ever had. You know, exception to the birth of my 2 kids. This is just, I can't even believe what just happened. I mean, when Wilson struck him out there in the end, I just didn't even know what to do. Such a long road for me. 10 years in the big leagues, probably 9 of them 4th or 5th place. And just really trying to grind out as much as I can throughout my career, and hoping that it stays one day to where I can find a place to win. And this organization gave me a great chance to come here. I didn't even have a job late in the offseason. These guys gave me a chance, and thank God they did.
You were a bunch of cast-offs and misfits, and you guys kind of adopted that whole theme. You might have been the president of that club. I mean, you did not have a job until mid-January. I mean, this is a guy that had been a productive player. You're stuck in this lineup, and you really carried it throughout the year and kind of championed the cause.
Well, you got to credit Brian Sabean. This guy went out, and he's an old-school GM, and he got a bunch of old-school guys, starting with me, and you went out and picked up Pat Burrell, who hit some big homers late for us, Juan Uribe, Cody Ross. I mean, it goes on and on. Every time you go through the locker room, you can go to each locker, and every night it could be anybody. Edgar Renteria tonight, unbelievable, amazing story for him. 2 big World Series hits in his career, and I just can't be happy for the guy.
You've waited 11 years. Go celebrate.
Thanks, baby.
All right, congratulations. Fear the beard. It's the middle of the interview process, but we're going to bring in the closer, Brian Wilson.
Then
you can hold this. Hey, you were a big part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, to finish a World Series game and bring the city of San Francisco its first baseball championship, what's that feel like?
Oh my goodness. Feels amazing. To lead up to this moment, good gosh, what a battle. And for the fans to come out in October and just go absolutely nuts. That was our postseason right there. Rally towels, beards everywhere, Tim's hair. Look at that hair. World Championship hair.
Come here. You can come in here too. We can have a beard and hair at the same time. It's fine.
This one was for the fans. This one was for the greats of San Francisco that played there before us, and obviously for us. I mean, there's a lot of guys in that room right now that nailed it all season, including Edgar Renteria, which I hope he won the MVP because.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, an oracle.
But back in July, you told me that you had the best team around, and there were some people that probably didn't believe you. Sorry? I was not a skeptic. I'm just saying that at the time there were some people who said that maybe you weren't the best. What made you the best over the last 4 months of the year?
Persistence from the starting pitchers to be able to pound the strike zone, get ahead, and their work ethic. I mean, every guy in the clubhouse gets here at their specific time. They've got their routine. You know, no matter how hard they work, they still get down and they nail down their workouts. And we just had a bunch of team effort guys pulling up late in big inning situations and getting 2-out hits and coming in and striking out the lefty. Everybody made a huge contribution this year.
Congratulations, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, go celebrate. Tim Lincecum. Yeah. Go ahead. Hang on to that. How's that look?
Shiny.
Obvious. That's nice. After game one, you said that you could be better, that you had learned something about your game one experience. You were flat out dominant. What was the difference for you tonight?
We wanted to just nail it down here in Texas. I mean, that was a big thing. Coming in here, kind of shutting them up. Doing what we can, just playing good defense. Getting runs and manufacturing a good ball, I guess. So.
Well, when you went into the Phillies series, you heard that Halladay and Hamels and Oswalt were going to be better than the Giants. They weren't. Then you get down here, you have to deal with the best hitting team in baseball. You shut them down to a collective 190 average. I mean, your starting staff was top-notch.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say enough about the guys just coming in at big games, just stepping up and doing their thing. I mean, a lot of guys, none of us have really been here before, so it's a new thing for all of us, and for guys to step up and just stay poised, collective, and give us a chance to win in every single game that we've been in since the postseason started. So, that just says a lot about our guys.
On a personal note, you beat Derek Lowe of the Braves, you beat Roy Halladay, you beat Cliff Lee twice in the World Series. I mean, that's pretty good to put on your mantle, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say we did, the whole team. I mean, everybody had their chances to be heroes and was on this team throughout the season. So, collectively we put it together and, came right there at the right time.
Finally, when you were a little kid learning how to pitch and do that funky delivery, were you dreaming about the day that you would be the winning pitcher in the World Series?
Usually it was dreaming about being the hitter, but in this case, I'll take this, so yeah.
Nice job. Congratulations. Enjoy. All right, so there. I don't want to take. There's plenty of guys in the other room who want to take it. So Tim Lincecum, go for it, my friend. Joe Buck, back on up to you.
All right, Chris. Nice job down there, and congratulations to the Giants. We will continue. As you see, Bruce Bochy is now out on the field, and a lot of fans for the Giants are down that left field side saluting their team as they start to trickle out one after the other. How about Derek? The job that Tim Lincecum did in this postseason. He beat Derek Lowe, took care of Halladay, took care of Cliff Lee, not once, but twice. Back with more after this.